this is Russ. Today is Wednesday, and we had a huge storm late last night. I should say early this morning. That thing really woke me up. It came down so hard, wind was blowing so hard, you could hear the rain hitting the windows. It cleaned off our windows really good. So I decided to go on an easier bike ride today, taking the same basic paths we usually do. But I will tell you that the temptation to go farther, now that I have a second battery, keeps drawing me. If you hear the little rattlings going on, that's because I have my chain in my front bag. Let me angle down a little bit here. You guys see the bag there? Okay. Yeah, I have my front chain in a bag, and I cut some of that foam that came for the second battery, put it as a liner in its second bag. I decided I need to start carrying the chain around just to get used to that heavy weight. Now, since I have the battery on the rear rack, I can't put anything else in the back rack anymore. I've got too much stuff in there. I've got all the bike repair tools in the panniers. I've got 14-pound battery sitting back there now. So to add an 11-pound chain and lock back there, that would be just way too much. So I said, if I go different places and one day I'm going to have to lock the bike up, if I don't have the lock with me, then obviously you can't do that. So I got to get used to having the chain along with me. All right, hold on here. Let me get off here. All right, now the hard part is getting used to leaning the bike with that heavy chain in the front now, because that makes the bike feel even heavier, which it is, of course. And even turning and cornering feels a little bit different because the bike is heavier. And we hear the chain rattling around. It's kind of muddy. I'm gonna wipe my shoes off because I just stepped in a bunch of mud here. All right, let me get back on. Yeah, leaning the bike just to get onto the bike is harder now because we just added weight to it, and then also the adding of the 14 pounds on the back makes the bike that much heavier to hold up. Yeah, I'm ducking branches again. Here's these guys. I don't know if you can see it. They're trying to fix the roads. Even though it's wet, they're blowing it off. So I don't know how wet the path will be today. Could be a little wet, but I don't think we have much flooding. Hopefully not. Let's see how this is. This is pretty muddy over here. Let's go around it a little bit. Alright, so anyways, I figured I needed to get used to the additional weights. As you know, I've never really taken the chain much with me. I just use it to lock it up in the garage. But, that's not the purpose. The purpose is to be able to go and lock your bike up and do things. So, but I still recommend that, if you do that, you should keep your bike within eyesight so you can see what's going on. And of course, I have the alarm on the bike too, so that should always be engaged. Just kind of warn, if anything, it warns you that someone's tampering with your bike. Like if you went inside a store, if you're close to where you can see your bike, if they move the bike, you're going to hear that alarm go off, hopefully. And people have said, people are so used to alarms that nobody pays much attention, even if an alarm goes off. It's probably true. But again, you just want to make sure. Good morning. Thank you. You just want to make sure that nobody's messing around with your bike. All right. Probably a good idea to turn the headlights on, so I just did that. It's a little bit darker in the forest preserves area. And I think even having the headlight on during the daytime, you are more visible, and of course the rear light is on too then. So yeah, the bike feels different with the additional weight. And we added about 11 pounds for our chain, 14 pounds for a battery, 25 extra pounds. You know, when you gain weight, think about how that feels too. Oops, sorry. Thank you. Yeah, this bridge is so narrow, only one person can get by it, so the runner stopped for me. Yeah, I've been seriously thinking about tires, because I'm looking at the little knobs on my tires and realizing that they are starting to wear down. Now I know that some people wear their tires down until little green indicators show up on their tires. I don't know if I want to go that far. Those Originate supercells that I was looking at, which are road tires. Yeah, we got some water here. We'll go slowly. They're about $73 or so dollars. Something like that. $74 each, maybe, plus tax. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to spending another $150 something, or maybe more, more with tax. But I know it's going to be coming, and I keep thinking that if I don't order this now, they run out and I need the tires, then what am I going to do then? So we'll have to let a couple weeks go by, and then maybe I'll order it and just let it sit. So it's relatively humid right now. After the rain, the humidity level is 100%. It was pretty hot yesterday too, so I guess we really did need the rain, and of course it saved me from having to water the grass, which means I can get out to ride earlier. Oh, anyways, here's an interesting story. I was crossing the road. You know that they're resurfacing the road, and one of the road crew stopped me because he said that the tar was going to melt my tires. He says it's too hot, because they were just putting it down and I was coming up to crossing it. So he sent me totally around, gave me another 15 minutes of ride to get back to where I wanted to go. It's okay, I'd rather do that than burn out my tires, but he did comment that he really liked my bike. Another worker there said that she said, yeah, you got a really nice bike, we don't want to burn up the tires. So thank you to them for that, because I probably would have crossed it and would have not known it. Take their word for it, they are professionals. They know how hot that tar is. Well, it's not tar, it's actually asphalt. So I was tempted to go to Prospect Heights, but then I kept thinking about, what if it flooded that area again? I have to go through that flooding. I don't know. Looking at water levels, there's water to the left of me. It's probably just a drainage thing, but looking at water levels, it doesn't look too bad, but you never know. Because it really did come down really hard. I haven't heard it come down that hard in a long time. I will say I feel a lot freer with the second battery. I feel like I can do a level 3 for the pedal assist and not worry about it. I feel like I can do throttling when I feel like it and not worry about it. Because the way I see it is, if I'm able to go all the way out to Bussy Woods and back and ride Bussy Woods twice and still have an additional 7 or 8 miles left on the battery after all that, any of these smaller things that I do should be fine. So going forward, the plan is to exhaust the rad battery first before touching the larger battery. And the strategy behind that is actually smart, because let's say you do the larger battery and you go do that first and then you go far, okay? Then your battery dies. Now you got to count on a smaller battery to get you home. You might not have enough power to do that. If you do it the other way around and you exhaust the smaller battery first, you know for a fact you're going to have enough power to get yourself home with the larger battery, because that has a lot more ability. Plus, charging the rad battery is actually faster. It finishes up in about 6 hours, even from totally exhausted. The larger battery takes 9 hours from totally exhausted. So it's a quicker thing. Oh, here's an interesting thing. I just saw something on the road, kind of reminded me of it. The other day, when I was in the 3-mile circular path, I'm going to have to speed up here because we're going to go over this heavy hill. I saw a little snake go across the path. Now this thing, I didn't see the entire body, but it was very thin, and if I had to guess, I would say it was maybe a foot and a half long, something like that. I don't know if that's a garter snake or what that is, but I had never seen a snake slither across the pathway here on these bike paths before. In fact, I haven't seen a whole lot of snakes at all in the Illinois area. I know that there are snakes here, of course, but never really seen one in the wild out here. I've seen them in Florida when I've visited my folks when they lived in Florida. Both my parents have passed on, unfortunately, but when they were there and we went to visit them, yeah, we'd see these black snakes just slither across the road. And these are bigger ones, of course, bigger snakes. A lot of things in Florida. You got alligators, you got snakes, all sorts of things. So all we get here is deer. I actually like the deer. Some people don't. I'm sorry, I'm licking my lips and things again. Some people don't, but I do. I enjoy seeing them. They don't harm you. They seem more afraid of us than anything. So if you get too close, they usually run off. But it's kind of nice to see something a little bit different. Now, if we ran across something that came and attacked us, that would be bad. And we do have coyotes in our area. I don't know how they would react. We do have foxes in our area. I know that. I remember seeing a fox a couple of times in our neighborhood. One was walking across our front lawn. Yeah, we have skunks, obviously. There's a lot of skunks all over the place here. There's possums. What else do we have around here? I guess those are the major things. Raccoons, yes, we have that. But I would say the deer are the largest. Now, the elk that I showed you in one of my videos, that's of course not normally here. I think that was brought in to Elk Grove Village because it's a novelty, right? So yeah, I enjoy going there to see that. That was fun. Slow down a little bit here. Yeah, this is kind of a blind curve. You don't know what's coming up. All right, anyways, I have to swap out my camera again here. So let me pull over to do that. Do that over here. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Took me a while. Here's the problem that happens. You know, I get notifications on my phone, and it pops up. And so whenever I want to push it off, it always shuts down my camera. I gotta learn to just leave it alone. But sometimes it doesn't go away, and it kind of gets in my way. It's like CNN notifications and other news type reports will pop up. So, all right. So we need to cross this thing here. Let's see how much time we have to cross before we run out of ability to do it. All right. So we're crossing this way. And we got to turn. All right. I've gotten more used to crossing this particular road, learning that I need to go down one way, wait for the light, go down the other way. You know, the key with this type of stuff is you want to make sure left turner guys don't turn right into you, and any right turn guys don't turn right into you. So always look to make sure nobody's turning right before you go. These are things I know you guys all know, but it doesn't hurt to remind you. All right. So yeah, even though it's humid, the wind blowing on you makes it a little bit more bearable. I know the camera has an automatic light adjustment, so it never really seems that dark to you in here, I know. But to me, because I have sunglasses on, it usually looks pretty dark in this area. Yeah, I think with the chain inside the bag, it always sounds like something's broken. I hear it rattling all the time. It is a pretty heavy-duty chain. But anybody with an angle grinder can cut right through that thing. 20 seconds, they're in. So this path is the longer route to get to the 3-mile circular path, but I actually like doing it because it's like doing the entire thing, you know, both sides of the forest preserve. Heading back, I can take a shortcut to get back, but sometimes I just reverse it and go back again. Gives me more things to ride. Yeah, as much as I like Bussy Woods, I can't do that daily. If I did that daily, we're talking probably close to a 40-mile ride every single day. And one of our subscribers, John, said, you know, if you did that every single day, in 50 days, you'd have about 2,000 miles. Which is true, which means you'd run out of a tire every 50 days. That's not good. So yeah, we need tires that'll last longer, and I think these that originate supercells will probably last longer. They're not knobby tires, they're road tires. So it's a flat surface, but I think it's a thicker, from what I hear, a thicker surface. So it should last longer, I think. All right, we got to go up this hill, so I'm going to pedal harder here and throttle. This is a big hill to get up. This is where that bigger motor would come in handy. The radrover 6 probably has a true 750 watt motor instead of their advertised 750. I think the radrover 5 has a 500 watt motor with a peak of 750. That's what we all suspect. I think the Hemingway would be able to do that hill with no problem. So yeah, if you're gonna get one, you want a heavier duty motor, get the 6. But as many as well as me we've pointed out that your upgrade path is a lot less, we feel, with the 6. And you cannot unlock that bike to go anything faster than 20 miles an hour. Mine's, when it's unlocked, it's 25 miles an hour. So you get one benefit, you lose another. Now the legal limit, of course, for a class 2 bike is 20 miles an hour, but we do know that a lot of us unlock it to do 25. It's not that I do 25 a lot. I do it when I have to, compete a little bit with the cars, or just to throttle up to get moving quicker and go fast enough to get through an intersection. That's when I'll do it. All right, we gotta cross this road, and of course it's a very busy road. You see all the cars that go through here. It's because it's early morning, everyone's going to work. And of course, when one side clears up, the other side starts up. Straighten up a little bit here. This is where you hope, if you had more torque, throttle up and get past this faster, but I only have so much torque, and of course with all of the weight now on the bike, it makes it even harder. All right, trying to get through, and we made it. It's tough to get past there, I'm telling you. Those cars are still coming. As I'm torquing through to kind of get across, they don't seem to slow down. Oh, here's a rabbit, a couple rabbits. Morning. Yeah, you don't want to run over the rabbits. So yeah, there's snakes. Snakes in the area. I do note that there's more debris after this rain, little twigs and stuff like that on the road. So yeah, I just wanted to take it easier today, bring you guys along. You guys have seen this path multiple times now, but there's always something to talk about. Obstacles all over the thing here. Wow. And every now and then I get a couple drips from the trees. They're still dripping water. Yeah, coming down the hills are always fun because you go a little bit faster. Speed is okay, but not constant speed. Oh, here's an interesting thing. I spoke with Jim, our donut guy, and he reports to me that he has been in contact with Electric Bike Company, and they said that they have his bike. So now he's doing the FedEx wait. Let me talk about the FedEx wait. The bike required a signature. His requires a signature, I'm sure, too, because it's a big and heavy item. They want to make sure someone's there before dropping it off. But I do know some of the people who have received their rad bikes, FedEx has just dropped it off at their doorstep and left, even though it says signature required. And when my bike got dropped off, I asked the FedEx guy, because I was home, do I need to sign for it? He goes, no, that's fine. long as we know you're here. I don't know if he would have, whether he would have just left the bike at the doorstep too or not. And then when I got the battery recently, it required a signature. And so I'm waiting all day for it. And then I look on the tracking thing. It says, yeah, it's going to be late. So it pushes you off another day. So now you got to hang around the rest of the other day to get the signature. And our FedEx doesn't always come early in the morning. Sometimes it comes at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're tied up. So I will say that the tracking thing on FedEx is not the greatest. It seems to always be off. You know, either they'll tell you to wait all day long, and then the next thing you know, at the end of the day, it says, we couldn't make it. Sorry, it's going to be the next day. And actually for the battery, it showed that my battery was going to show up in about 3 days. So I go, it's going to be early. Nope, it took a week. So they tell you one thing, but its reality is not what they're telling you. And then when they tell you it's going to be a certain day, they change it on you. Not good. So yeah, I'm not a fan of FedEx for doing that. Not that UPS might be any better or not, or whatever, but I just hate being tied up for the whole day. They don't give you a good enough time window. It just says by the end of the day. Okay, so in other words, hang around your house for the whole day. Sometime during that time, we'll show up and give you your item, which you need to be around to sign for. Yeah, that's not fun. Anyways, at least I got my stuff. I'm happy for that. Yeah, this is a nice, easy day. Ride around in circles. You know, the whole thing with riding around in circles, I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. I'd rather go someplace. At least when I go to the Busty Woods, I feel like, I have a purpose. I'm heading somewhere. That's why I go to the post office and drop off mail. I have a purpose, right? Something to do. Well, not today. I could still go someplace if I wanted to, but feeling lazy. Watching the little rabbits on the area just running by. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. You don't need to hang out with me the whole day, but I appreciate it all the time when you do come, watch my videos, give me a purpose to talk. Anyways, if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys next time.